Take a look at these two statues. When you're out and about looking to buy an antique, could you tell the difference between the genuine and valuable bronze statue and the cheap off-the-shelf Spelter imitation? If not, then this is the video for you. And towards the end of this video, I'll reveal which of the two sculptures is the genuine bronze and the all-important price difference between the two. Hello and welcome back to Antiques Central. My name is Mark Ray and I buy and sell antiques and vintage for a living on my Antiques Central website. If you'd like to take a look at the stock I have for sale, the link is below. In this week's video, we're taking a look at the often confusing world of bronze and Spelter antiques and how you can tell the difference between these two alloys. Which, at the end of the day, is really important, as there is almost always a big price difference between the two when you are making a purchase. So, when you're out and about sourcing, have you ever come across an antique sculpture and wondered whether it's a genuine bronze or a cleverly crafted Spelter imposter? I definitely have, especially when I started dealing many years ago. Well, if you've ever been confused or uncertain, like I was, you've clicked on the right video to give yourself a good chance of making the right investment decision. Because today we'll do our best to unravel this metal mystery and explore my top 12 tips to distinguish between genuine bronze and the poor man's bronze Spelter. Right, a quick disclaimer before we start. These tips are based on my personal experience and work for me. You may have your own ways to distinguish between bronze and Spelter, so if you have, please share them with the community by leaving a comment below. And don't forget, we're all about supporting and helping our community at Antiques Central. So please bear this in mind when you leave your suggestion or comment. Firstly, a very quick and pain-free chemistry lesson, as we do need to know the chemical difference between bronze and Spelter. At a fundamental level, bronze has been with us for thousands of years, while Spelter is a relatively modern invention. Both bronze and Spelter are distinct alloys with different chemical compositions, leading to important variations in their properties that will help you identify them. Here are the chemical differences between bronze and Spelter. First up, bronze. Bronze is primarily composed of copper and tin. The ratio of copper to tin varies, and other elements like aluminium, manganese and phosphorus may be present in very small trace amounts. Typically, bronze contains a higher percentage of copper compared to other elements. The alloying of copper and tin gives bronze its strength, durability and corrosion resistance. The presence of copper also gives bronze its characteristic reddish-brown or golden brown colour, depending on the specific composition and any surface patina that may have developed or been added over time. In a direct comparison, bronze is denser than Spelter due to the heavier weight of copper. And if you are wondering what artificial patination is, well, it's a process whereby the manufacturer will heat up the bronze or Spelter sculpture and apply by brush or aerosol a range of different chemicals to alter both the colour and aesthetic appearance of the statue. It's an art in its own right and can drastically affect the value of any piece of artwork if sympathetically done. So let's now take a quick look at the chemical composition of Spelter. Spelter is an alloy primarily composed of zinc alloyed with other metals like lead and aluminium. The high zinc content is an important feature of its chemical composition, as it gives Spelter its defining silvery appearance compared to the reddish or golden brown colour of bronze. And as we've already mentioned, Spelter is less dense than bronze due to the lighter weight of zinc. Therefore, overall, a Spelter sculpture will be lighter than its equivalent if it was made of bronze. Moving swiftly on, and I admit it's not the most interesting subject in the world, but when you are spending money, it's important to know the chemical reaction differences between bronze and Spelter, as this can help you identify the difference between the two metals. Firstly, bronze is resistant to corrosion, forming a protective patina over time. In contrast, Spelter can be more susceptible to corrosion, especially in certain environmental conditions. This is because zinc, a major component of Spelter, can react more readily with environmental factors, such as moisture and atmospheric gases, oxygen for example, compared to the copper in bronze. It is important to note that while these generalizations hold for traditional bronze and spelter compositions, variations in alloying elements may exist depending on the specific formulations used by manufacturers or artisans. Additionally, antique items may exhibit unique compositions due to historical practices or restoration efforts over time. So, enough of the chemistry, you'll be relieved to hear. Why is it important to know the difference between bronze and spelter? Well, knowing the difference between bronze and spelter is crucial for several reasons, particularly for antique enthusiasts, collectors, and investors. Here are some key reasons why this knowledge is important. The most important reason of all: authenticity and value. Authentic bronze antiques often carry more historical and artistic value due to the craftsmanship and the material's durability. Typically, the more renowned the sculptor, the more expensive the materials they would use, in this case bronze rather than spelter. Genuine bronze pieces, which are more expensive to manufacture therefore, may be more valuable in the antique market compared to spelter, which is a less expensive material to produce. Avoiding deception. Unfortunately, there are instances of fraudulent practices in the antique market, where, for example, spelter is intentionally used to fake genuine bronze sculptures. Being able to distinguish between the two, therefore, helps individuals avoid purchasing misrepresented or fake antiques. Investment decisions. Collectors and investors often make significant financial decisions based on the authenticity and rarity of items. Knowing whether an antique is made of bronze or spelter can impact its market value. However, don't entirely rule spelter out, as some items, for example those made during the Art Deco period, are beginning to grow in popularity and value. Appropriate care and maintenance. Bronze and spelter require different care and maintenance due to their distinct properties. Understanding the material composition helps in preserving the longevity and aesthetic qualities of the antique. Preservation of history. Bronze has been used for centuries in the creation of significant art and artifacts. Knowing the difference helps preserve the historical accuracy and significance of these items. Educational value. Knowing the characteristics of bronze and spelter enhances one's overall knowledge of art history, metallurgy, and the evolution of artistic techniques. Curatorial and museum considerations. For curators, museum professionals, and those involved in preserving cultural heritage, understanding the materials used in artifacts is essential for proper conservation and curation. Aesthetic appreciation. Understanding the materials used in an antique enhances one's appreciation for the craftsmanship and artistic choices made by the creator. This knowledge contributes to a deeper understanding of art and design. So, the ability to distinguish between bronze and spelter goes beyond surface-level identification. It empowers individuals to make informed decisions, both from a financial and historical perspective, and promotes a more authentic and accurate representation of art and cultural heritage. Right, as you're still watching the video and hopefully enjoying it, I thought I'd take this opportunity to ask for your support. The most effective and immediate way you can help is to simply like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos with fellow antique enthusiasts. The content of this channel is all completely free, and you have my word that Antique Central will never disappear behind a paywall, become a member-only channel, or start asking for money and donations through Patreon. It's free content to air now and always will be. Anyway, that's the housekeeping done and dusted. On with the part of the video you've all been waiting for. Here are my top 12 tricks of the trade I use to distinguish bronze from spelter. Number 1. Bronze and spelter may look similar at first glance, but upon closer inspection, differences emerge. Bronze tends to have a warmer reddish-brown hue, while spelter often appears lighter and more silvery. Take a moment to observe the overall colour and patina. It's the first step to uncovering the truth. However, colour is not a foolproof way to tell the difference, as both bronze and spelter can be patinated or gilded to change their appearance. Number 2. So let's talk weight. Pick up the piece. Bronze has a denser, heavier feel compared to spelter. If you sense a substantial weight difference, it could be a sign that you are holding genuine bronze in your hands. This is a classic test that stood the test of time. However, this test won't help you much if the item is attached to a slab of marble, which will disguise its actual weight. So we need to look at alternative methods to tell the difference. Number 3. Typically, a visual inspection of the casting will enable you to determine the thickness of the casting. If you can access the base of the actual casting, bronze tends to be thicker cast than spelter, and this is always a good indicator of authenticity. Because of this, spelter, which is also softer than bronze, will exhibit more damage in the form of dents and cracks than bronze, which is a harder and more durable material. Inspecting the cracks will also reveal the base colour of the metal, and if it is a grey or silvery tone beneath the bronze patina or gilding, then it is almost certainly spelter. If you have permission to scratch the base of the item, then a solid bronze sculpture will retain its deep bronze colour, unlike spelter, which will reveal its silvery grey zinc base metal. If you don't have permission to scratch the item, then get out your magnifying glass and thoroughly inspect the item for those telltale scratches or wear on high points, such as ears or noses on sculptures, that will reveal its true composition between the artificial or natural patination. Number 4. Next, let's listen closely to the item. Gently tap the object with your fingertips. Bronze produces a deep resonant sound, whereas spelter tends to sound more hollow and tinny. It's like music to an experienced dealer's ears. Number 5. Here's a unique tip. Check the temperature. Bronze has a higher thermal conductivity than spelter, making it feel colder to the touch. Run your fingers along the surface and pay attention to the sensations. It's a subtle yet effective way to separate the imitations from the real deal. Number 6, which is a general tip. Time for the magnet test. Bronze and spelter are both non-magnetic, so if your antique is attracted to a magnet, chances are it's not bronze or even spelter. So keep a small magnet handy during your next antique hunt. It might just save you from a bad buy. Number 7. Check for markings and signatures. Authentic bronze pieces often bear clear markings, including the artist's signature or foundry stamp. Cheap spelter castings may lack these details or have indistinct markings. Number 8. Examining the patina is crucial. Bronze develops a natural, rich patina over time, while spelter may have a more artificial or inconsistent appearance. Assessing the patina can unveil the age and history of the piece, helping you separate the genuine antiques from the clever replicas. Number 9. Zoom in on the details. Genuine bronze pieces often exhibit intricate details and fine craftsmanship. Spelter reproductions may lack the same level of precision. Take a magnifying glass and explore the nooks and crannies of the sculpture. You might just discover the telltale signs of authenticity. Number 10. Focus on joints and seams. Bronze sculptures can be typically cast as a single piece. Spelter, on the other hand, may have visible seams or joints, indicating a different manufacturing process. Running your fingers over these areas can provide valuable insights. Number 11. Always consider the price point. Authentic bronze antiques are often more valuable due to the craftsmanship and materials involved. If a deal seems too good to be true, it might be worth questioning the authenticity of the piece. Do your research and be cautious of suspiciously low prices. Number 12, last but not least. If you are considering buying a really expensive piece, you can arrange for a chemical test or analysis by a professional laboratory. This test involves using chemicals to determine the specific composition of the metal. providing a definitive answer to the bronze or spelter question. So there you have it. My 12 methods to detect the difference between bronze and spelter. And as always, remember, patience and a discerning eye are still your best friends in the quest for authentic bronze pieces. So, were you able to tell which of these sculptures was the genuine bronze and which was the patinated spelter imitation? Well, this is the genuine bronze sculpture, which at the time of publishing this video was priced at £369, while the patinated spelter statue was priced at £43.99. So you can clearly see financially why being able to distinguish between bronze and spelter is so important. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more antique adventures, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. It's free and only takes a second. And if you're a new subscriber, let me know where in the world you are from and I'll add you to our digital subscriber list that should be scrolling across the bottom of the screen as I speak. So that's my spin on telling the difference between bronze and spelter. I hope you found it useful and enjoyable. As ever, and until next time, take care and stay safe.